Welcome back to our journey through ancient wisdom. In today's frantic world, we seek refuge in fleeting solutions, but true peace lies in timeless principles. This is our series on the 20 lessons of stoicism, a practical guide to building an inner fortress. Let's begin. The first lesson, and perhaps the most fundamental, is the dichotomy of control. The Stoics teach us to draw a clear line between what we can and cannot control. Our actions, our judgments, and our will are within our power. Everything else, the opinions of others, the economy, the weather, is outside of it. Anxiety arises from trying to control the uncontrollable. By focusing your energy only on your sphere of action, you find serenity. Peace does not come from mastering the world, but from mastering yourself. The second lesson is, the obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." For a Stoic, every challenge is not an impediment, but an opportunity. A project that fails is a lesson in humility. An unfair criticism is training for patience. A loss is a test of resilience. Life does not happen despite obstacles, but because of them. They are the raw material to forge our strength. The third lesson is memento mori. Remember that you are mortal. Far from being a morbid thought, this is a tool to live with urgency and purpose. The awareness of our finitude frees us from trivialities. It asks us, if this were your last day, would you be doing what you are doing? And this reflection drives us not to postpone happiness, to forgive quickly, and to live according to our values, here and now. Death gives meaning to life. The fourth lesson invites us to practice the view from above. When you feel overwhelmed by your problems, imagine yourself rising, seeing your house, your city, your country, until the earth becomes a small blue sphere in the cosmos. From this perspective, your concerns lose their paralyzing urgency. You realize the smallness of your dramas in relation to the vastness of the universe. This exercise cultivates humility and perspective, reminding us that we are part of something much greater. Finally, the fifth lesson. Virtue is the only good. For the Stoics, wealth, health, and reputation are preferred indifferents. They are good to have, but they do not define the value of a life. The only true good is virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Living a virtuous life is the ultimate goal, as it is the only thing that entirely depends on us and cannot be taken away. The excellence of character is the true measure of success. The sixth lesson is amor fati, the love of fate. It is not about passive resignation, but an active acceptance of everything that happens. The Stoics teach us not only to endure fate, but to love it. Each event, whether perceived as good or bad, is an essential piece in the puzzle of our life. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" the Stoic asks, "How can I use this to become better?" It is the art of finding order in chaos and purpose in pain. The seventh lesson is premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Every morning, take a moment to contemplate what might go wrong. Not to worry, but to prepare. Imagine losing a possession, facing criticism, failing at a task. By rehearsing adversity in your mind, you disarm it. Adversity loses its shock power, becoming just a problem to be solved, not a catastrophe to be feared. The eighth lesson is to build your inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we have a refuge to which we can retreat at any time. This sanctuary is your mind, your capacity for reasoning. This is not a physical place, but a mental state that you can access through self-reflection. No matter the chaos outside, you can find silence and order within yourself. Cultivate this space, and no external storm can shake your peace. The ninth lesson is sympathy, the awareness that everything is interconnected. We are all members of the same body, the cosmos. We are branches of the same tree, waves of the same sea. This perception dissolves selfishness and cultivates empathy. An injury to another is an injury to oneself. Helping another is helping oneself. Acting with kindness and justice is not just a moral choice, but an act of recognizing our connected nature. The 10th lesson teaches us to transform insults into indifference. An offense only has power if you grant it. Remember, what others say about you reveals more about them than about you. You have the power to choose not to feel offended, to see an insult not as an attack, but as irrelevant information or even a source of humor. Practice this indifference and you will become invulnerable to the malice of others. With these 10 lessons, we are halfway through our journey. Serenity is not a destination, but a daily practice. The next 5 lessons focus on how our actions and relationships shape our character. The 11th lesson is about the economy of words. In a world full of noise, silence is a strength. The Stoics teach us to speak less, but with more meaning. Instead of giving opinions on everything, observe. Instead of reacting impulsively, listen. Like in a meeting where the most valuable contribution does not come from the one who talks the most, but from the one who understands the problem and offers the precise solution. Speak only if your words are better than your silence. The 12th lesson is a warning. Choose your company well. We are the average of the people we spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with cynical, negative, and unambitious people, that mindset will become yours. On the other hand, if you seek the company of virtuous people who pursue growth and wisdom, you will naturally be uplifted. Friendship, for the Stoic, is a partnership for mutual development. The 13th lesson is a practical exercise, the daily review. At the end of each day, Seneca would ask himself, what flaw did I overcome today? What vice did I resist? In what aspect am I a better person? This is not an act of self-flagellation, but of self-awareness. Take a notebook and in 5 minutes evaluate your actions. Recognizing where you lost patience in traffic or acted hastily allows you to consciously improve the next day. The 14th lesson tackles the root of anxiety. Do not suffer in advance. We suffer more in imagination than in reality, says Seneca. How many times have you spent your energy worrying about a future that never happened? Waiting for exam results, a job response. Anxiety lives in this interval. Stoicism trains us to focus on the present and deal with problems only when they arise, not before. The 15th lesson broadens our focus. Act for the common good. Marcus Aurelius stated, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." We are social beings. Our happiness is linked to the well-being of others, and this does not require great heroic acts. It starts with kindness in traffic, patience with a colleague, helping a neighbor. Each act that strengthens your community strengthens you. Every day, with every choice, you build your philosophy of life. We have reached the last 5 lessons of our Stoic journey, where philosophy becomes second nature. The 16th lesson states that the wise person is self-sufficient. This does not mean isolation, but a profound emotional independence. Their happiness does not depend on a partner, social status, or the approval of others. As someone who enjoys their own company, you find contentment in quietness, in your hobbies, in your own mind. You are a complete universe. The 17th lesson is advice from Epictetus. Do not explain your philosophy. Incorporate it. What is the use of talking about courage if you run from challenges? What good is it to speak about justice if you act selfishly? People are not convinced by your words, but by your actions. Be the living example of your principles. Let your serenity and integrity speak for themselves. The 18th lesson encourages us to seek voluntary discomfort. Modern life makes us fragile, always seeking the easiest path. The Stoic does the opposite. He takes a cold shower, fasts for a day, chooses the stairs. Why? To train resilience. By exposing yourself to small controlled difficulties, you strengthen your mind and body for when life's true adversities arrive. The 19th lesson is a meditation on change.
Pantarei, everything flows, nothing is permanent.
Your career, your relationships, your health, even your sorrows, everything is transient. Accepting impermanence is not being pessimistic, it is being realistic. This acceptance frees you from the fear of loss and anxiety about the future, allowing you to appreciate each moment for what it is, precious and fleeting. And finally, the 20th lesson that ties all the others together. The goal is progress, not perfection. You will fail, lose patience, worry about things you can't control, act on impulse. It's all right. Stoicism is not about becoming an infallible superhuman. It's about getting up each day and trying to be a little better than yesterday. The journey is the destination, and so we complete our guide. The 20 lessons are not a manual to be read, but a life to be lived. Wisdom is not in knowing the principles, but in practicing them. The journey is yours, and the moment is now. I kindly ask you to subscribe to our channel and activate the bell so I can create more videos like this. See you in the next videos.